blank booklet to answer your, to write your answers. So there is no specific space. It is just open blank this booklet, right? For to write your answers, but we will give you the expected length. Okay, 8 lines, 6 lines, 2 lines. So then you should have an idea. If you write more than that required length, you will lose your time, right? So then 2 hours will not be enough. So there is no restriction, right? If you like, you can write, but I'm quite lose your momentum and also the time. And then after 2 hours, you have to hand over both, right? I don't know whether, irrespective of whether you have written or not, you have to, first you have to return the answer script with your index number. So you can answer all questions which is expected, that is compulsory. And if you have written answers partially, you will lose marks proportionately, and then depending on the question particular, right? So then but anyway, you have to return the answer script. And also in a second round we will collect question paper as well, so you can't take the question paper out, right? And then, so to give you a brief understanding about the question paper, right? See, so define the following directional terms used in bovine anatomy. Give an example for the usage, right? So you should be able to define what is ventral, what is caudal, right? So you just write. So this is the main question number 1. And then in Roman numbers, you have sub question number, Roman number 1, 2, 3, like that. So main question is in Arabic numerals. So then under sub question number 1, again it is subdivided. Simple A, simple B, simple C, simple D, like that. So you just write the question number and write to answer. I don't need the question again from you. Don't waste your time writing the parts of question. I know the question. I have question paper with me. You have to correctly number the question paper. Your answer script. Make sure that you number it properly. If you have some spare time at the end, randomly check whether your numbers are correct or not. So that will be useful. So here, see, you know that here you will see that there are 4 terms to define, directional terms to define: ventral, caudal, medial, distal. A, B, C, D. 4 directional terms. You will get 12 marks, 3 marks each. And then for all 4, you have to write that within 8 lines. Right? Don't use more than 8 lines. If you use more than 8 lines, I will not reduce your marks, but you will lose your time. Right? That is necessary for another question. Right? So approximately to define ventral and to give an answer, give an example, you have 2 lines. To define caudal and give an answer, give an example, you have 2 lines. Likewise, so 2 lines into 4 questions, right? So then 8 lines. Likewise, we have limited. I mean, we have specified the limit of your answer, right? Although you will get, although you are going to get a blank booklet, so you are guided in the question paper, right? Then, for example, this kind of instructions, you have to follow very clearly using a schematic diagram only. Illustrate. Just you draw it and label it. That's it. You don't describe. In that kind of, if you get it, right? මෙහෙම එකක් ආවොත්, right? Make it, for example, give an example. මේක මේ ගිය පාර කලින් පාරක අහලා තියෙනවා, give an example. If you are not asked to write an example, don't write. මේ පාර ඔයගලගේ paper එකේ example එකක් දෙන්න කියලා අහලා තිබුණ නැත්නම් example එකක් දෙන්න කලබල වෙන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. Just define it. I don't expect to write an example if I don't ask it. මම අහන්න නැත්නම් ඕගොල්ලන්ගෙන් කෙලින්ම example එක මම බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ නැහැ. define කරපුවාම ඇති. සමහර අවුරුද්දවල මම එහෙම අහනවා. හරි? example එකක් අහලා තියෙනවා නම් විතරයි example එකක් දෙන්න ඕනේ. නැත්නම් just defining is enough. Right? Then describe. You have to describe a bit. If you see like that. Classify. So probably you have different classifications, right? Maybe three. You. For example, you can classify. I mean, different types of tissues, for example, into 4. I don't know, right? Just you have to write those different types. That's it. Mention. Just mention. No need to explain. So then you will get another something like briefly describe, right? And you will get something like outline the procedure, right? So if you get something like outline, just it's maybe you write in point form only very, I mean, essential facts. Should be very brief. If you see something like outline, right? So there can be that kind of terms in your question paper, right? See that 10 marks, 5 lines, right? 5 marks, 2 lines. So I have given you the expected length, right? So then you have an idea. Then if you get a table like this, right? You don't need to draw the table there. You don't need to draw the table. I don't know, right? Probably you will get the same question in your paper, right? I don't know. Right? So here to compare poultry digestive tract and cattle digestive tract. In case of maybe mechanical digestion, chemical digestion, right? So then you have to write your answer with this numbering system. Don't draw a table. It's a waste of time. If you draw, I will mark, right? Don't worry. But it will waste, it will lead to, we'll end up with wasting a time anyway. So if you write your answer A, B, C, D like that, that is fine, right? You don't need to draw a table. Just number is enough. I will relate that into the table. You don't need to worry. If you sketch a table, that is fine, no problem. But make sure that you save your time, right? Okay. So regarding the contents, so in your question paper, theory paper, basically, we will focus on main contents, main lessons, right? For an example, like follicular genesis. That is an important part. How a primordial follicle develop into a mature or pre-ovulatory follicle. What are the steps? What are the stages? So, what are the differences among those actually four stages, right? What are the differences? How a primordial, very primitive follicle develop into a pre-ovulatory or Graafian follicle, right? That is follicular genesis. And also we discuss about two-cell two gonadotroph hypothesis, and also we had a tutorial class as well, right? Either in spot exam or theory paper, you will get this, right? Because these are important points. And in case of male animals, we discuss about spermatogenesis, like follicular genesis in females, we discuss about spermatogenesis, how a sperm is developed from spermatogonia, right, which will rest on the basement membrane, right, from primitive male germ cells, it will develop into uh, sperms. That is spermatogenesis. You should be able to describe, for example, right? And directional terms, of course. Then we discuss about cells and tissues, different tissue types, examples for those tissue types. And then in case of digestion, ruminant digestion and monogastric digestion, those two are anatomically different and also functionally different. What are those anatomical and functional differences? Those are main points, right? And then in case of these male and female reproductive systems, you should be able to label, for example, especially in spot exam, you are going to get specimens, right? You're going to get specimens. So then you should be able to label in that case. Then we discuss about estrous cycle and the hormones important in estrous cycle, right? So some pituitary hormones are stimulating gonads. We call gonadotrophin stimulating, right? So then, so those are stimulating hormones, right? Gonad stimulating. So then we discuss about follicular stimulating. This FSH, and then luteinizing hormone LH, right? So then, what else? The important points. So those are, the digestion. You should understand ruminant digestion. That is basically microbial digestion, and monogastric digestion is basically managed through enzymes. Those two are different. I mean, minor microbial action in case of, I don't say no, right? Yes, there will be a very limited microbial digestion is happening, right? So then, I mean, basically focus on these important points, right? And then, in case of spot test, right, you will get 2 minutes for each spot, and you will be divided into groups, right? So get ready and come, especially for, I mean, uh, students who have your index numbers. We will get you in the order of index numbers. Students who have the starting index numbers have to wait, right? So you will be arrested in the department. So you can finish early, first groups, but we will not allow you to leave the department, right? Until we get the last three groups in. You are divided into groups. ඔගොල්ලෝ එක එක කොට කියන්නේ groups වලට බෙදනවා. බෙදලා පළවෙනි groups තුන ඇතුළට ගන්නවා. ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ ප්‍රශ්න ටික ඉවර වුණාම ඒගොල්ලන්ව department එකේ lecture room එකේ ඇතුලේ අපි තියා ගන්නවා. ඒක නිසා වතුර එහෙම ඕනයි අරන් එන්න. So no mobile phones inside the lecture room, right? And don't bring short notes, those things, and you will be in trouble. So no chance for cheating in my exams, right? If you are caught for cheating, I will report that. Then you will be punished under examination offenses, depending on the level of cheating, right? So make sure that you don't write anything in your, I mean, maybe hands or body parts. And also you don't bring any supporting material with you. You take only the admission paper and also your identity card. That's it. Right? You don't need calculators as well. In my case, you don't need calculators, as you know, right? So make sure that you put your index number. So basically, in case of spot test, we don't have time to clarify the question, right? Question එක මට සිංහලෙන් කියන්න වෙලාවක් එන්නේ නැහැ කීයටවත්. විනාඩි 2යිනේ. මාරු වෙන්න ඕනේ බෙල් එක ගහපුවාම. In ascending order. 2 ඉන්න එක්කෙනා 3ට යනවා. 10 ඉන්න එක්කෙනා 11ට යනවා. ප්‍රශ්න 20න් ඉවර නම් 20 ඉන්න එක්කෙනා 1ට යනවා. එතන විතරයි අඩු නම්බර් එකකට යන්නේ, නැත්නම් ඔක්කොම ascending order එකට මාරු වෙනවා. Right? අර early numbers කියන අය එනකොට වතුර ටිකක් එහෙම අරන් එන්න. පැය මුලම groups එකට පැය දෙකක් විතර ඉන්න වෙනවා department එකේ. හිර වෙලා. Right? So basically, in case of spot test, you will get 2-3 questions, and mostly they are just single or maybe 2 words answers. Very, very short. එක වචනේ දෙක උත්තර තමයි තියෙන්නේ ඒවට. වචන 3-4 තමයි උඩරිම. ඒවත් එක ප්‍රශ්නයකට එකයි. Right? So චීට් කරන්න නම් ලෑස්ති වෙන්න එපා. අනික් අයගෙන් බලන්න අරව මේව බෑ. මොනවා හරි වෙලා අහු වුණොත් ඕගොල්ලෝයි මමයි තරහ වෙන්න තමයි වෙන්නේ. මේ කොහෙවත් soft corner එකක් නැහැ. cheat කරන එක පෙන්වන්න බෑ මට. අහුනොත් report කරනවා. අවුරුද්ද දෙක පන්ති තහන කියන්නේ මේ exam තහනම් වෙයි. ඒව බෑ. අහුනොත් තමයි. අහු නොවුනොත් ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. හරි? අහුනොත් තමයි ප්‍රශ්නේ. ඒක නිසා මේ මොන හරි ඔයගලන්ට ක්ලැරිෆයි කරගන්න තියෙනවද දෙයක්? දැන් මෙච්චර පාඩම් කරලා මෙඩිකල් එහෙම දාන්න ලෑස්ති වෙන්න එපා අපරාධේ පාඩම් කරපු ටිකත්. ඒක නිසා බොරුවට බය වෙලා පාඩම් කරපු ඒවත් නෑ. ඔයගොල්ලෝ මේ ස්ට්‍රෙස් එකක් ගන්න නැතුව එක්සෑම් එකට ඇවිල්ලා ලියන්න. ලිව්වහම අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම පාස් වෙයි. මේ බොරුවට මෙඩිකල් දැම්මොත් ඊට පස්සේ ආයෙ අවුරුද්දක් මේ පාඩම් කරපු ලෙක්චර්ස් වල තියෙන මතකයක් නැති වෙයි. අත්‍යවශ්‍යයෙන් අසනීප වෙලා මෙඩිකල් දාන එක වෙනම කතාවක්. එතකොට ඉතින් කරන්න දෙයක් නැහැනේ. හැබැයි එහෙම නැතුව මෙඩිකල් දැම්මොත් අපරාධයි. So don't think of submitting medicals after your absence if you are not really ill, right? If you are really ill and you can't manage to come, then you don't have any other option other than submitting a medical report, right? If your medical report is accepted, so you will, I mean, they will consider your attempt maybe with your juniors as the first attempt, right? So I always advise try it, right? Try it. At least to get an idea about your status during your first semester. පළවෙනි semester එකේ කොහොමද කියලා බලන්න. විභාග ලියන්න පුළුවන්ද? පාස් වුණාම එන්නේ C grade ද B grade ද A ද A plus ද අයිඩියා එකක් ගන්න ඕනේනේ. ඒක නිසා කරලා බලන්න. right? ස්පොට් එකට ආපුවාම ඔයගොල්ලන්ට කැමති තැනකින් පටන් ගන්න පුළුවන් ඉන්ඩෙක්ස් නම්බර්ස් පිළිවෙලට ඉන්න ඕනේ කියලා එකක් නැහැ. අනික් අය දිහා බලන්න තමයි බැරි. Okay, any clarifications? If you have anything to clarify, any doubts? The other thing that if you don't understand the question, if you don't understand the question while facing your theory paper in the morning, you can ask clarifications as much as possible, as much as you need, right? So you can get clarifications as much as you need. එකපාරක් ඇහුවා මට ආපහු වාරක් අහලා බණී එහෙම එකක් නැහැ. ඕන තරමක් පාරක් ක්ලැරිෆයි කරගන්න පුළුවන් ප්‍රශ්නේ තේරුන්නේ නැත්තම්. If you don't understand the question, you can't write the answer. You may know the answer, but you can't write the proper answer. So if you have any doubt, get clarification from invigilators. Don't be afraid. මොකකටවත් බය වෙන්න ආරව මේ බය එකපාරක් ඇහුවා ආයෙ පාරක් අහනවා මට දැන් දොස් කියයි එහෙම එකක් නැහැ, right? ඕන තරම් ක්ලැරිෆයි කරගන්න පුළුවන් question එක in case of theory paper. Unfortunately not in the case of spot exam. ඒකට අකමැති නෙමෙයි අපිට වෙලාවක් නැහැ කරන්න. මෙස් එකක් වෙනවා තැන පැන අපි ඕක පැහැදිලි කරන්න ගියොත්. theory paper එක නම් ලියන්න එපා සැකේට. ප්‍රශ්නේ තේරෙන්නේ නැතුව. If you have any doubt regarding the question, take clarifications. Get clarifications from invigilators. So I will be there for the start and we'll leave the exam hall to set your spot exam and we'll be back again before the collection of answer scripts. Any clarifications needed? Or if you don't understand or any doubt, මොකක් හරි සැකතනක් මොන හරි තියනවද? සිංහලෙන් වුණත් කමක් නැහැ, ඉංග්‍රීසි වලින් වුණත් කමක් නැහැ. අහන්න තියනවා නම් අහන්න. all these are structured essay type, right? You don't need to write essays. පිටු ගණන් ලියන්න නෑ. point form එකෙන් තමයි ඔක්කොම. So make sure that you understand what I told you. මම දැන් කියපු ඒවා තේරුම් ගන්න කියපු මොනවා හරි මම දැන් මේ කියපු මොනවා හරි තේරුම් නැත්නම් අර මොකද්ද කිව්වේ කියලා යාළුවන්ගෙන් අහලා දැනගන්න. එතකොට එක්සෑම් එකට එනකොට හොඳට දැනගෙන තමයි එක්සෑම් එකට එන්නේ. Okay. That's all from my end. මට කියන්න තියෙන්නේ ඔච්චරයි. ඕගොල්ලන්ට මොනවා හරි තියනවද clarifications? Okay. Then see you day after tomorrow. Good night.